Hi and welcome to Silver Soul Tarot. Today we are going to do a general reading using the Angels and Aura Oracle cards and the Sugar and Spice Tarot cards. We can always hit something else up if we need to. Let's crack on, shall we? So first of all, welcome if you are new here. My name is Jo. If you are a returning viewer, great to see you. If you are a subscriber, much love to you. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Let's crack on, shall we? The first card out is Jophiel with pink. Compassion, self-care, simplification and beauty. Interesting. It's a very beautiful pink card. I like the affirmations around I matter, I can, I am loved, I am enough. Candles, maybe get some candles and, you know, take a salt bath, something like that. Soul groups, messages, reunion, connection, validation. Now, you don't need validation from outside. Maybe that's where you validating yourself with having some compassion and some self-care. Or maybe you get some messages coming in, a reunion, connection with someone, and you want to be feeling good, you want to be looking good. So let's see what the messages are, shall we, with the tarot. I'm actually going to just give these a slightly, when I last use them I do shuffle, but just give them a slightly better shuffle. That was awful, that was an awful shuffle. We'll do one more. Nine of Cups there with the King of Wands. Moving forward towards some sort of, that was even worse than the first one. Wish fulfillment was the words I was looking for. Okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is an upgrade, getting noticed. So maybe with you starting to look and feel good, or, you know, however that resonates with you and however that means to you, maybe you start getting some notice. Maybe there's in your reunion, people see how much you've changed over the years. You got the Ace of Cups. So the Ace of Cups, straight away, I would say you need to pour into yourself. Okay, you can't pour from an empty cup. You need to start loving on yourself in whatever ways that is. Whether that is, you know, looking good, feeling good, working out, eating well, drinking well. But it's a new beginning in emotional love. It can be for yourself or others, or friendship groups, maybe a renewal. We've got the Death card. So yeah, maybe someone here is currently going through their glow up, that upgrade. You've changed, you know. As you can see with this card specifically, you've been the caterpillar, you're now in your chrysalis, and you're about to bloom as the beautiful butterfly. So yeah, so maybe you've been doing a lot of work on yourself already. If you have, I certainly don't want to be, you know, dismissive of any work that you've already put in. Maybe pop a comment down below. Where are you on your glow up journey? Got the Two of Cups. You can't have the Two of Cups without the One of Cups or the Ace of Cups. You can't give someone, you know, fully and emotionally if you're not yourself whole and happy. So yeah, there could be a union coming in, a twin flame soulmate type connection coming in. Maybe you get some communication around it. Maybe if you are separated from your twin flame, maybe someone had to go through a little bit of a death and rebirth. You've got the Moon. Okay, so the Moon is something being hidden from us. It can be something very intuition. You know, your intuition could be on fire at the moment. You know, maybe you battling, or someone's been battling the you know, the nature versus nurture aspect of their being. You know, the masculine, the feminine, because that could also be, you know, the Two of Cups as well, the masculine and the feminine. But yeah, maybe this path is going to be shown to you, or someone's path is opening up in front of them, and they've just got to take the steps forward. I just wanted to move all those out. I was trying to do it without, you know, being too obvious. Okay. That card doesn't want to come out my fingers. So you've got the Eight of Wands. Well, you really could be getting some communication, some messages coming in. Not only just the bird, but the fact the Eight of Wands is about messages. It could be coming in quite swiftly. It could have been someone hiding some feelings from you, or just not being open and honest. And that's not always necessarily a bad thing. But someone's noticing what you've been up to. What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments. But there's definitely this sense of, you know, you've been protecting yourself, protecting your peace, protecting your energy, and it's been noticed. You got the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, you were looking at what it is that was driving you forward, how you felt, and you were putting that investment into it, and you were investing in yourself. You were letting go of things you needed to let go of, and you were putting the attention into the areas that you wanted to put the attention into. You were filling your cup. You've got the Four of Pentacles. Maybe that was a financial thing as well. Maybe you had to look at your finances, not just your, you know, physicality and the way you project yourself to the world, or, you know, the food you're eating, the drinks you were drinking. You know, you're a whole human being, and that's everything that is included in being a human being and alive in the world we live in today. So maybe, you know, career and things were something you were looking at, and you wanted to improve your finances, or even just build up a savings, a little like nest egg. Because the Four of Pentacles is about, you know, holding on to whatever the energy is that you need to hold on to. But specifically, it could be money. Or it could have just been protecting yourself and protecting your energy. You got the Queen of Wands. Yes, you were remembering who the fuck you were. Yeah? The Queen of Wands, she's all about confidence, and she's purposeful, and she's forward leading. She knows exactly what she wants, and she goes and gets it. So there was no in and in here. She knew it. You. I'm just using the gender on the card, gender non-specific. You knew exactly where it was that you needed to work on. Now, I'm not saying that you knew everything, but you knew where to start, and you've been really working on yourself, and you're calling in some sort of communication from some sort of divine union. It could be friendship. It could, you know, soul groups don't just mean romantic partners. It could be friendships. It could be a work partner, or, you know, someone that you just connect with on a real deep soul level, and you're just, you know, two peas in a pod. Yeah, I mean, let's see, shall we, if there's any more information comes out. So you've got the Six of Wands. Yeah, someone's noticing you. You've had this upgrade. You've been working on yourself. You know, literally, you've been working on yourself, your heart, your soul, your emotions, your divinity. And someone, you know, well, someone's noticed, but there's also, you need to notice, and you need to be quite open with yourself and how far you've come. You know, maybe look back a year, 6 months, I don't know, take a pick on timelines, but take a look back and say, well, when I was there, I couldn't do this, now I can do that. You know, I didn't look like this, you know, now I look like that. Now, you know, my clothes were not in fashion 6 months ago, but now I can afford to go out and buy new clothes. Whatever it is, it really doesn't matter. It's a really bad example. But the sentiment's the same. Just look at how far you've come. Be quite open and honest. I think, you know, if you're still working on something that's not working for you, time to let it go and keep going through this process. But you are coming out of that caterpillar stage, the pupae stage, into being a beautiful butterfly. Let us take some, what are these, Law of Attraction Tarot, and see what you're attracting in, what this is that wants to come in, this message. Oh, well, that was, that's not Judgment, it's the other one. Well, I can't remember what that is. Justice. It's justice, it's karmic justice, whether that's you know, coming into the physical world, or just in karma, you've just been letting go of some karma and working on yourself in that sense. But yeah, the scales are balancing. You know, you can weigh your heart next to a feather now, and it will be better than what it was a year ago. you've been working on something, you've been preparing something, you've been nurturing. Now I say something, I think it's you. You've been nurturing yourself, you've been, building yourself, you've been nourishing yourself, you've had some compassion, and you're pushing yourself forward. The Wheel of Fortune wanted to come out, so let's take it. See whenever I see this card, the input, it's got the word input on the finger. Hopefully you can see it. So what you put in, so what you've been putting in, you're not just getting that out, you're getting that out amplified. Because whenever I see this, it's like the energy's just shooting out all left, right and centre, all these different facets of yourself that you've been putting energy and time and care and money into. You're about to reap the rewards. You're about to be seen for who you are and get that recognition, because you've been putting a lot of time and effort into yourself. We've got a couple here, so let's go with it and finish out the reading. So we've got the Chariot. Yeah, there's this fast moving energy, this forward motion, this recognition is coming in, and it's coming in pretty quick. You've got some stability with the Four of Cups. There's this sense of building. You've worked on the foundation, and now the building on top of that is going to be so much easier. You've completed the base layer, so to speak, especially with the Death card. You've gone through the caterpillar stage, and now you're in that next stage waiting to burst out open. You've got the Devil energy. Always be careful of Devil energy, especially when you're about to take the next step, an upgrade. He's always going to be there to want to pull you back. He's the friend who comes around with the bag of donuts, and the bottle of wine. It's the boss who says, can you work on Saturday, when you've told them that you're never going to work on Saturdays again, that's your day off, or Sundays, whatever. It's the day you spend with your family, and we really need you. No, you need to set those boundaries and maintain those boundaries. The devil is always going to be there to try and pull you back. You've got the Hierophant, okay? Yeah, the law is the law, and it's like it or lump it. Yeah. Just stand firm, because it's about commitment and it's about that sort of strength. You've got almost like the God versus the devil energy there, because other than the Hermit, I always say that the Hierophant they are the two cards that are closest to God. That is more like a priest. So yeah, but lay down the law where you need to, set boundaries where you need to, hit that gavel where you need to, and say no more. Okay, so just be careful. It's a nice way to end this reading, because you're doing really well, and you're putting a lot of time and effort into yourself. You're going to get some sort of communication around what you've been doing, or certainly someone's noticing what you've been doing. So yeah, just always good to end on a little bit of a I don't want to say a warning. It's not a warning, but remembering that how far you've come, and have some grace with yourself. Nothing wrong with that. Let's take one soul coaching oracle just to close out the reading, and see if there's any other messages that want to come through. But yeah, just always be a little bit careful not to get too far ahead, not to get too big-headed. But yeah, just be warned, the devil is always there to pull you back. Oops. We've got opening. Okay, there you are. You're about to bloom. You're about to come out of this chrysalis and bloom. I'm going to leave it there and say thank you very much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.